Hey everybody, this is Jeff. Just coming back here. We're on coronavirus lockdown doing some programming. So it's been a while. I'm going to show you what we're doing here. I've got this currently is what I've made of my Minecraft clone. So far, it's just and it's still the 50 by 50 grid. It's just that I have done a couple of things. Number one, I have altered the Y scale that I use to, well, let me show you here. So the vertices are still the same, it's a cube, but when you go into the vertex shader for the instancing side, I was playing around with it, so I've got a bunch of calculations right here, but what I ended up doing was just adding another variable that I threw into the vertex buffer to send to OpenGL, and it's a vector 3 of a scale, so I can scale the cube itself along the x, y, and z axis, so I can stretch it basically. And what I decided to do with the stretching is when I did the initialization right up here, excuse me, is I set the scale of each block right here. So here's the x scale. Excuse me, pepper on the throat. I just had some zucchini pasta with pepper and cheese. Okay, all right. So, anyways, I've done a bunch of other things here too. Like if and I calculate the distance of each cube as it's created, and if the distance is less than 5, then the height is set to a certain amount, and the height set true. Boolean variable becomes true. Shoot, what the heck? Okay, and then if the distance is less than 10, less than 20, blah, 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 and then it sets all these heights. And then, so there's different levels of heights, which is why I get this interesting geometric pattern to the, basically it's like a cityscape is what I was making. Eventually I want to do something like the layout of a Stargate Atlantis with, you know, the huge, nice, beautiful tower in the middle, and then all the little subsections around. I don't know if I'm going to have it quite so symmetrical like the city of Atlantis, but that's my inspiration. And you can see how the cubes are different heights, different widths, different. But then also you note what I had a problem with initially was the bottom of the cubes were not flat like this. They were all extending down so that it was like a reflection. So what I had to do in the vertex shader, which was kind of cool, kind of taught myself something, is what I had to do was, wait, where did I put that? Is it in the vertex shader or is it in the initialization? Scale the height, x, the distance, z, huh, what happened? Because I remember setting it. Wait, let's look here. Instancing, projection, scale. Yeah, oh, right here. This actually is it right here. So if the new position, the position is calculated based on the scale. Okay, so it actually scales, and what happens is the y-coordinate is negative 0.5 and positive 0.5 in the different sets of vertices that create the cube. So for the ones that fall to the negative, if the new position of the y is less than 0, then I set it to 0. So that creates this flat surface in the bottom here. So instead of them actually mirroring the top, they just are all the same at the bottom, which gives it a nice little area here. And then what I was thinking I could do is alter the vertices too, so that instead of drawing a cube, what I'll get is a cube and then a surrounding area too, which I could define as kind of like a road, a system. And then I could probably just color that with something else in the vertex shader that will make it look like there's a little road system going through here. But I don't know if I want to do roads or just have it be like a little thing. Anyways, so I thought what I was going to try to do right now, and I haven't worked on this for a bit, and I'm trying to motivate myself to work on it, so I thought I'd record it and make it a little bit fun, is each block that I bring into existence, okay, I want to have a special new, I want to have I want to have a new variable applied to it. So I'm kind of roughly putting these variables in here. I'm not really doing it like I should be doing it with a class. But see, I've just got these arrays. But anyways, so now we're going to call it a block type, okay? And there's 10,000 of them. Wait, 30,000 of them? 10,000. There's only 10,000. So the block, each block is going to have a particular type, okay? And then what I wanted to do is with the see, because where was it at? It's in the, should be in the process input, I believe. Or no, it's right here. See what I do right here. This, I didn't even show you this. So what I do is I find the vector in front of the player with the camera, and then I have a raise lower distance, and then I search through all the cubes to find out which one to affect, and then if the cubes are within a certain raise lower distance, right? So the distance formula or a version of it. It's not perfect, but and then I add or lower it based on, see, I'll show you here, the raise lower amount. And then the raise lower amount is set right there, and then wasn't there something that happens down here in the see right here, if we hit the R button, the raise lower amount is set to that. If you release the R button, it's set to that. If the raise lower amount is already 0 and the F key is pressed, to hit that. And then I had to put this in with the AND down here for the F, because once I made this query, it kept resetting to 0, so it never hit it to the negative. And anyways, so I'll show you what that does. As you're moving around, right, you got all these cubes and things, and you just hit the F button and move around. Okay, and it's really again, it's kind of awkward because you can't really see what's going on, because I don't really focus the camera for the player on that, but you can see how these blocks are lowered, and then you hit R to raise them, and it will raise them. You can see what's going on if you kind of follow, but it happens kind of quick. So, and it's also so very close to the camera that the blocks just shoot right up. So I thought what I could do is, oops, what did I just do? Damn it, Jim. I don't know how to mess with this GUI stuff. Anyways, I need help with GUI stuff when I work with this program. Anyways, so I thought what I could do is, instead of taking the position and lowering it, I would take the scale. Why don't I do that? Actually, let's just try that actually and see. Scale of, now the scale, see, because we have C position I times 3, I think it's just going to be I, okay, and plus equals raise lower amount. Now I don't think we want to do that, because the raise lower amount is, no, it's just a little bit. You might even not even notice it, but I don't think that will update. See, because here, buffer data, size of vertices, size of C position. Oh, so I actually, okay. So when I update the data, I don't want to use that one, because it uses a different offset. Size of scale. Okay, size of C position, and where is scale? I think I need to go back up to the VBO here. See, this is great. I'm motivated to do this because I think people watch. Here it is. Okay, C position texture ID. Vertices C position texture ID. Copy. Okay, so now we're going to go down here, and this is the offset right here. And then the variable that we're going to send in is actually that array. So let's see if that'll do that. Let's see if that works. Uh-oh. No, that means we overrode something. So hold on. So far it goes up pretty high. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if did I actually take that out? I thought because so far goes right there. Scale block type. Scale. I'm not messing with anything that's new. Hold on here. Scale I. See, so scale sub I. So why doesn't that work? Huh? Huh? It should. I have no idea why it doesn't. Oh wait, what happens here? Scale I times 150, J times 3? What? I times 150. Oh, because scale is 3 variables. Oh, good grief. Hold on. So what we want to affect? Well, wait a minute. If I overrode with the other one, this is really going to override it. So we just want the Y scale to be like that. There you go. That'll work, but I think it's going to crash. Why wouldn't it crash? Oh, it didn't crash. It's just not working now. All right. So scale I times 3 plus 1, right? That's what I want to do. Size of vertices, size of C position, size of texture ID, and then put in scale, right? Well, that is where it's at. Because right here, vertices, C position, texture ID. Da 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 da. G buffer subdata. Size of scale. Oh, I have these reversed. Duh. So this needs to go after that one. Alright, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. There. So it needs the offset, then the size, then the variable. Oh, what do you know? It's working. So if I hit R, that's cute. Look at that, it works. Look at that, everybody. And then, okay, so it's absolute value. That's why it's bouncing when it gets to the end there. That's cool. So this is the beginning of what I can use for user interaction with the world. And of course, it's affecting more than one. Now we've got this funny little... This is crazy. Okay, well that works. That is exciting because now what I can do is as I reduce or increase, I can set up an inventory for the player that as I reduce it will add to the inventory, and as I increase it, it takes away from the inventory of the player. And then it will check whether the player has inventory, whether it will add it or not. And it will check if the player has inventory space if it takes it away. But of course, we're not going to worry about inventory space just yet. Okay, all right. That is exciting. Okay, I'm going to end that video right there because I really am excited for that. Stay tuned for the next one. This video is probably already over a gigabyte, and I'm probably not going to be able to upload it for a good while. So thanks for watching.